All right. Hi, guys, and welcome to our postpartum labor and delivery, pregnancy, C-section, miscarriage, all the things class tonight. I was just telling Megan, I don't know what's going to happen because I've got both my girls here tonight. My husband's at work. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know. We're just going to see. But let's go ahead and dive into this. My name is Brittany. I'm so glad that you're here with us tonight. I've got my friend Megan. She's going to be sharing a little bit of her story as well. And yeah, so sit back, relax, enjoy. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Megan, and she's going to get us started with her story and what oil she used during pregnancy, postpartum, all of the above.
Hi guys, my name is Megan. I am new-ish to the oils, I guess you could say, when it comes to like pregnancy, labor, all those things. I got my starter kit in probably December, I think, November, December, and I was like totally pregnant at that point, like really pregnant. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I can use these while I'm pregnant. So I did some research and I really needed some sleep support. I had really bad anxious, restless leg. I mean, like all the things. Like I did not sleep. Neither did my husband. So we pulled out the lavender and the thieves because I knew thieves and lavender were like major. Like, sorry, my diffuser's like getting in there. I'm not smoking, guys. I promise. Even though I wish I was at the time. But anyways, so we used lavender and thieves because I knew thieves was really good for immunity support, and lavender I've just always used for sleep support. So that's what I used most throughout pregnancy. And then I found a cool little thing called Digize. Y'all, if you got tummy issues, which when you're pregnant, those things are an issue. Bowels don't move, or they move too much, or you whatever. Digize was like the best thing ever that I found, and my husband likes it too. Don't like the smell, but I like the what it does for my body. Okay, let's just put it that way. Being, sensitive to words because I don't want to gross nobody out. But then I found out that frankincense is really good grounding oil. I also found out it's like an ancient oil. So I was like, your girl needs some prayer and some anointing oil. So I slathered that on myself too at that time. And then, so that's what I used during pregnancy. And then I used so I wanted to have a natural birth. That didn't happen, but I wanted to. And I did everything. I did all my research, did everything I knew to do, from books, from just hearing other people's experiences. So I got myself prepared. I was like, I need something to calm me. I need something to help with the pain. And I also need something to help me with just the overall bravery of it. And so I used Valor in a roller, put Valor. I literally had just Valor in a roller with coconut. And I was like, the whole time up until I had Alexandra, and I had Alexandra actually 6 weeks early. So that was even more nerve wracking. I kind of knew it was coming 3 weeks prior to me having her. I was having major contractions. And so I'm jumping all over the place, but it's fine. You'll catch it. Anyways, so I found Valor, and I absolutely love Valor. Best thing that's ever came into my life. Valor is awesome. And I used it, and I was scared I wasn't going to be able to use it while I was in the hospital. And one of my nurses came in, and I had just put on, and oils are like potent. You can smell them things a mile away. And I had just slathered oil everywhere I could. And she walked in, she was like, ooh, what is that? And I was like, girl, that's some Valor. Am I not allowed to have that? And they were like, no, it's fine. We encourage you to have like oils or whatever you need for labor. And I was like, oh, okay. So I pulled out my diffuser and I just did all the things. And so I that's what I used was Valor, lavender, thieves, and frankincense, which are all in your starter kit. So that was the only oils that I had. So that's what I used. And so my story of being pregnant was crazy. I wasn't supposed to actually even have kids. And so when I found out that I was pregnant with Alexandra, I wanted to take the best possible route to make sure I have this baby. I don't care if it's early, late, I don't care. I just want to have the baby. And I was terrified of like an epidural or C-section, anything like that. I wanted a natural birth with no medication at all, which is bonkers. But I really think if I had another baby, I probably would do the same thing. Still no epidural. So 3 weeks prior, I had really major contractions, and so I went in, and they kept telling me, "No, you're not having a baby. You're not having a baby." Well, come to find out, my water had been leaking slowly, and finally it broke. And I wasn't even a centimeter dilated, and I had a leak, and that's how I had Alexandra 6 weeks early. And then she was in the NICU for 3 weeks, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks, which for me felt like an eternity. And so I started doing some research, and I was like, what can I do to help with postpartum? What can I do with, stuff like that? And so I found Sarah, Joy, and the CBD Calm Roller. Y'all, Sarah has been a lifesaver for me. When those feelings, really big emotional feelings come over me, I take it. I have it right here. It's like on me 24/7. I put a roller top on mine, and you just take the roller, and I just roll it right here, because I believe that whatever comes out of my mouth can be stopped right here at this voice box. Okay. Right here. So I put it right here. It's going to stop. No. So any kind of like damaging words to myself, damaging words to her, to my husband, it stops right here. Okay. That's what I believe. And so I found it. It's really good for big, big emotions. And then Joy. Joy has been my favorite oil. I use it literally all the time. I keep it in stock because it literally is what it says. It's joy in a bottle. And when you're a postpartum mom, you have baby blues, you have big emotions. You're coming out of giving birth to a human, and the emotions that come with that is ridiculous. Let's be honest. Those things are crazy. And for me, I had postpartum depression and anxiety, and I did not want to take medicine. I was on medication for about 4 months after having Alexandra. And I just was talking to my husband. I was like, there has to be some other route for me to take to not have to live this way and be held down to medication. I just didn't like it. So I found a holistic therapist and a chiropractor, and I really dug into oils, and I wanted to know what oils would be good for me to wear and diffuse and ingest and all the things. And Ningxia was the number one, Joy, Sarah, and some other ones I didn't know how I felt about them, but those were my favorite. And still I use frankincense, and it was the best things that, honestly, I don't think that I could have be here, able to talk about it and be sane, I guess, in a way, if I wouldn't have had those oils to help support the things that I was lacking emotionally. And which was really hard for me to admit. And if you are a mom and you just have a baby and you feel like any kind of crazy emotions or crazy, and mine was anger. I was very angry towards Alexandra, towards myself, towards anyone around her, like everything. It was just anger. And Sarah is actually a really good oil for anger, and so is Joy. It's counterintuitive. So I just use those. And then the CBD roller, which, y'all, If you knew me in my past life, I like me some CBD. THC. But you know what I mean. So this baby is only 3. I only use the 300 mg because if I did the 600, I think I would not be awake half the time. My tolerance is not there. So I wouldn't be able to take care of my kid, but I love it. It smells good to me. I use it whenever, just before I even have issues. I just am lathering it on myself. And then also another thing, Diagize is great for after having a baby. It really is, because all those things that are all stuck in you, and it's going to come out after having surgery or after having her naturally or him naturally, then things are going to want to come out and it's going to hurt. So you need to take your medicine that the doctor says and the Diagize and it'll be okay. So that's my story of oils and what I use them for and how I still use them. Even though I am 8 months postpartum with Alexandra, and I use them all the time. So there we go.
All right. Noah's bow just came out. She's a little upset about it. So you may hear her in the back crying. Okay, so thank you for sharing. And it's really kind of interesting that a lot of the oils that you mentioned are a lot of the same oils that I ran to and found comfort in. Sarah, Joy, Joy, I always say Joy and Orange. I mix those two and I call that my happy mama roller. And I roll it over my heart every single morning. Perfect. It just brings me so much life. It makes me so happy. I love using those two oils paired together. And
Yes.
so my story also was not supposed to be able to have children. I was diagnosed with PCOS, and I was told the only way I would get pregnant was fertility treatments and all of these things. But my husband and I really, we just believe, we heard God say that we would have a family. And so we just stood on the promises of God that we would have a family. And so we really just started praying into that, praying that we would have a family. And then I was just like, you know what, I just need to make some lifestyle changes. And so I started losing weight. We ended up going to Africa for about 9 months, and my diet completely changed while we were there. I started eating vegetables, like, whoa, who knew? And with that, I started using oils consistently. But the first oil that I was using consistently, other than peppermint and M-grain for head tension, was Progessence Plus. I started using that oil. A girlfriend told me about it and said, I don't know, maybe it'll help you out. It helps to balance out your hormones. Maybe it'll do something for you. So I really started using it consistently while we were in Africa. And so shortly after, I ended up getting pregnant. And it was a miracle. We were so excited. And those were the only oils I had during that pregnancy with Noah. I had Noah. We did a hospital birth. I used an epidural because I was terrified to not use it. And I also hadn't done studies. And so I just didn't know. And that was the decision I made, and I have peace with that and everything. So anyways, then I get pregnant again, and I'm like super stoked because we wanted two kids under 2. We're going for 3 under 3, but we wanted 2 under 2 for sure. Like that was our Jesus, that's what we want. And so we got pregnant, and I was 9. I think Noah was 9 months, maybe 10 months. I think she was around 9 months. I can't remember exactly. But I was thrilled because I was like, yes, that's going to be our 2 under 2. We're going to get it. And I was so excited. Only to find out that 9 weeks later, I would have a miscarriage. And so with the miscarriage, I was going through all kinds of cramps. Obviously all kinds of emotions and stuff. So I turned to Sarah. Like Megan said, Sarah is just one of those oils that helps with trauma. It helps with those big emotions. And so I turned to Sarah, found a lot of comfort in that. And of course I turned to Jesus and found lots of comfort there. So if you need prayer for anything, let me know, because I'm a mama who will pray. So those are some oils that I used. And then so I had major cramping, and what I used for that was Deep Relief. I would rub that all along my back, and you guys, it helped so much. Then 3 months after my miscarriage, I got pregnant again with Judah here, and I decided I'm doing it all natural. We don't have a birthing center close to where we live. The closest one was like several hours away. So I was like, I can't make that commitment. I would like to do it at a birthing center, but I'm going to have to go to the hospital, and I'm okay with that because I love my doctor. And so I talked it through with my doctor, told him I want to do an all natural birth. And he was like, okay, sounds great. Well, let me tell you, at 34 weeks, sweet girl decided she wanted to flip upside down. So in the middle of the night, she went into breech position. And so then I started doing all the spinning babies techniques, trying to flip her upside down. I was hanging off the edge of my couch. I was laying with my legs in the air. I was putting peppermint on the bottom of my stomach, trying to get her to flip, just doing all the things that I had read. Did not get her flipped. And like Megan, also had a leak. And I thought my water had broke. I was super excited, but also really nervous because I knew I didn't feel her flip back. We go into the hospital to have it checked out, to find out it was a slow leak and I was going to have a C-section that day. And I freaked out because C-section was not in the plans at all. I was like, I have a 1-year-old at home. What do you mean I'm going to have a C-section? She's going to, like, this isn't going to work. Speaking of my 1-year-old, hold on.
Dude, I totally understand that.
Sorry, y'all. She's climbing on stairs. Okay. Anyway, so, no, ma'am. So we ended up having to have this C-section. The oils that I brought for my C-section, CBD Calm. Y'all, when they said, you're having the baby tonight, homegirl was rolling it on. I was like, not today. That was one of the oils that I grabbed. Peace and Calming, another oil that I grabbed. Stress Away. Those are all starter kit oils. Stress Away, Peace and Calming, Valor, all starter kit oils. I was using them like crazy. Noah, do not touch that. Anyway, sorry, y'all. She's trying to touch my computer now. So those were all things that I was dealing with, and seriously not excited about it. But things that I used during pregnancy that were super helpful: peppermint for nausea. It's incredible. Digest for nausea as well. Also, how you were saying, sometimes things just get stuck in your pregnancy. Drop some peppermint into the toilet. It helps to loosen your bowels, just FYI. It's also a really good tip for helping with potty training, which we're starting with Noah. We've been trying, but now we're really trying. Okay, she's clicking all kinds of buttons over there. It's making me nervous. So I don't want her to delete this recording here we've got going on. So anyways, those are some of the oils that I used during pregnancy, but the main ones that I highly recommend are having those oils that are going to help you with your emotions, having those oils that help with all the stomach issues, because y'all, it's no joke. I was so sick, like so sick in the beginning. My whole first trimester and halfway through my second trimester, I was sick. Like, oh my goodness, y'all, it was like so bad that it was like I knew every single like mark on my toilet because I was staring into it so much. Like, you know how like it's nuts, you guys. So that was something that I had to deal with. And peppermint, even dropping that into the toilet when I knew I was going to be throwing up, that's a great thing to have. Drop that peppermint into the toilet, your head's going to be hanging over it. Those are just some things that I did that were super helpful. But again, if there's one thing that I can recommend you to get, it's just the premium starter kit, because it's full of the oils that are going to help you. Frankincense and lavender to help with all the stretching skin. Then there's Stress Away, Valor, Peace and Calming. All of those oils help with emotions. Lavender also helps with sleep, because we struggle, especially toward the end of pregnancy. You're wide awake, ready to go. Those oils will help you and support you in the areas that you need. And then Panaway and peppermint. Those oils helped me with cramping. So after you have a baby, and if you nurse, your body, every time you nurse, your uterus is doing contractions. It's trying to shrink back down to its natural size. So I would rub peppermint or Panaway along my lower abdomen to help with that cramping, because y'all, it's uncomfortable. And then something else that I use to help with the healing is Clariderm. Now that's a pricier item, but I will say that using Essential Rewards has been such a blessing, because with Essential Rewards, you earn points that count as pretty much money that you can cash in and get free products. And so what I did was, with my every month I saved up my points, and when I had enough points, I cashed that in and got Clariderm for free, which was super cool because then I was just like, yeah, like this is totally free because I was just ordering the products that I need for my house. I was ordering the laundry detergent and the soap and the whatever, you know. So that's just a little bit of what I use to help me, through my pregnancy and postpartum and miscarriage and just the things. And now we're trying again for a third one. And so as I say this, she's not even 2 months old yet. But y'all be praying for us. But that's pretty much it for tonight. If you are watching this in the replay and you are curious, you want to know more, please send us a message. Either one, whoever invited you to this call, message them. We've got something special for you. If you've watched this and you're like, man, that really spoke to me, I really want to try your Happy Mama roller, message us because I've got 3 Happy Mama rollers ready to send out for the first 3 women who say, I need that in my life, because I want to get these oils into your hands. And so that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, I'm going to get off because she's going to lose it real quick. So love you guys. Thank you. Good night.
Bye.